Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 and our European Journeyman series at Brighton. Now today we have a couple of big games to get through. We're continuing with our new format. I think you guys seemed okay with it in the last episode. So we'll be taking on the second leg of our Europa League second knockout round against Galatasaray. We're at home for this one after beating them 2-1 away. And then we have Manchester City away in a huge game in the Premier League at the weekend. Worth noting, we've been drawn against Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-finals, so that is going to be a tough match. City getting Stoke in the other one, so we'll probably be facing City in the final if we can get past Chelsea. But that will be something else to look forward to in a few weeks' time. At the moment, we need to focus on these two games. The City game, incredibly important, given that we are in fourth place at the moment, trying to chase down Arsenal and Liverpool, who are above us, but also trying to keep Manchester United and Chelsea at bay. Spurs not that far behind as well, so that is going to be difficult, but we're one game away from the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Obviously, if we fail to qualify for the Champions League through the Premier League, then we will be able to do so by winning the Europa League. I think some people were suggesting that what we should do is end this series this season if we don't qualify for the Champions League, and if we do qualify, have one more season where we have a good go at the Champions League and see what we can do. I think that's a fair way to end this series, given what we've already achieved with Brighton is quite impressive. So that will be what I'm pursuing as we go forward. Now for the match against Galatasaray, the team we're putting out there is still a pretty strong one. The team has been retaining its fitness levels very well, so I haven't really made too many changes. We didn't quite get a convincing result in Turkey, so I don't want to risk getting knocked out by underestimating them at home. So we'll be playing with Frias, Mbom and Bueno up front, with Pope and Morris in midfield. And then it's Marin, Soler, Prochaska, Lambezle and Fernandez in defence, with Darboe in goal. Well, Galatasaray do kick the game off here in Brighton. I'm hoping we can get an early goal just to cement our lead. Obviously, we have the 2 away goals already, so work for Galatasaray to do. They need to score 2 as well. Cardoso on the ball here, loses it to Morris. Now Prochaska, forward to Frias. Mbom in a good position. Morris, Pope, pushing the ball along in midfield. Trying to find that driven pass. It's Bueno back to Morris again. Now Pope to Frias, does find the ball into Marin, and he's hit the woodwork. Very close to an early goal there, Marin. That really would have made it start to look very comfortable. And it would also leave Galatasaray needing to score 3 goals today to go through. Obviously, if they get 2, they could go through. But a 2-1 result would force extra time. So we're trying to get that goal just to give us that extra buffer if we can. We could afford to lose 1-0 and be absolutely fine on the away goals rule, but it looks like we've made the kind of start that we left off with in Turkey, getting near that 70% possession mark, getting all the shots in as well. Galatasaray not really troubling us too much at the moment. They haven't even had a shot on target. But both teams quite evenly matched in the average ratings. You can see Galatasaray's is dropping down a little bit as our shot count and possession count creeps up a little bit, but we're not creating enough clear-cut chances, which is why we've not had any highlights yet. I do want to mention as well, in case you haven't noticed, we are doing a giveaway on the channel. Click the link in the description if you would like to enter the giveaway. There is a free copy of Football Manager 2018 up for grabs if you would like to enter. Let's just get through this highlight first. So it's Pope on the ball into Mbom. Now Frias round the corner, Marin's in, and this time he does find the back of the net, and he is our most lethal striker at the moment. That's another important goal that he scored, and we have taken a 3-1 aggregate lead just before half time. Nearly half time, but here they come again. It's Alper with the ball, finds Lucas Henrique. He's given the ball away, and Bueno can counter-attack. He's got 2 in the middle. He does find Frias. Pope to Bueno. He's got Mbom there. Now Frias, and that's a poor effort. It really should have been 2-0 after that break, but 1-0 will be fine, really. I think this tie is pretty much dead and buried, if we're being honest. I can't see Galatasaray getting 3 goals to come back at us, and we should be cruising into the quarterfinals. But yeah, the giveaway is very simple to enter. If you're subscribed to the channel already, that's already a giveaway option. You just click the button when you click on the link and you have a chance of winning. If you do have a Twitter account, you can also follow me on there. Retweet the tweet for the giveaway, and that'll give you another entry. So 3 chances for entry into the competition. I think there's a couple of weeks that it's going to be running, and I'll announce the winner before the game's released, so you'll be able to play it on day 1 when it comes out. Here is Pope sending the ball back to Marin, though, onto Morris in midfield. Bueno, ball just cut away there. Lambeze pushes it forward to Fernandez. He finds Morris. Fernandez over to Pope. Now Mbom, back to Bueno. Morris again, patient pass in midfield. Mbom tries to get it around the corner, and again it's headed away. We have to start once more building that attack in midfield. Mbom, though, plays it through, and Bueno's in, and this time he tucks it hard and low in the near post for 2-0. Makes it 4-1 in aggregate. 19 goals for Bueno this season as well, and we are definitely heading into these last 8 of the Europa League, and quite a few of the big teams I seem to remember were drawn against each other in this round, so it'll be interesting to see which ones get through, and hopefully we get another relatively easy opponent in the quarterfinals. Another highlight here from Barbosa sending the ball straight forward to us, given that they need to score 3 goals to go through. It's not a good sign that they haven't had a shot on target at launching the ball straight at our defence when it's in their area. Here's Frias to Mbom, puts it in, and Bueno skies this one over the bar. He really should have done better with that chance. But 2-0, a very comfortable performance. Going to make a couple of substitutions with an eye on that Man City game. They're going to be almost non-substitutions. Greg Smith can come on. Adam Abbott can get a game. Why not? And also, let's bring Coupedon on for the goal-scoring Bueno, just to see out the last 20 minutes or so. I doubt that's going to cause a major upset. But yeah, as I said in the last episode, if you've got ideas for what I can do for experiments in the new game, do let me know. And if you've got ideas for a new series, as Mbom puts this in, Pachazko down to Lambeze, and I'm not sure what Lambeze was doing there, but he's put it wide. But if you do have ideas for the new series, let me know in the comments down below. And also drop a like on the video if you are still enjoying this series and do want to see it brought to a nice end. Abbott with the ball, 5 minutes left. Frias into Marin, 2 in the middle. It's come to Frias, and he does make it 3-0. No doubt we have torn Galatasaray apart today. 70% possession, 27 shots, 13 of which were on target, and we've got 3 goals for a 5-1 aggregate win. That is booking our place in the quarterfinals in some style. No doubt about that whatsoever. Just 20 seconds after this game, and then the referee will be blowing full time and putting Galatasaray out of their misery. A little bit disappointed it's only 3 goals, if I'm being honest. Given the amount of domination that we've had in this game, it really should have been more. And there is the full time whistle. So we have booked our place in the quarterfinals. Let's have a look at the other teams that have managed to get through as well. Should be loading up on the next screen. Here we go. We'll need to see here what they've managed to do. So Athletic Bilbao knocking out AZ Alkmaar. Obviously we took out Galatasaray. Crystal Palace taking out CSKA Moscow in extra time. That is a bit of a surprise. Fiorentina taking out Besiktas. Inter Milan went through. Juventus went through. They're a big team. PAOK have knocked out Shakhtar. They would be a nice team to draw if we could actually. And Spurs have taken out Chelsea. So it's really Juventus and Spurs. Maybe Inter Milan as well, the big teams that I'm a little bit worried about. The ideal if we could get PAOK, Crystal Palace or Athletic Bilbao in the draw, which will be happening in just a moment. Well, here is the draw for the Europa League quarter-finals. Hopefully we can get one of the smaller teams. Athletic Bilbao, the first team out the hat, and they get Inter Milan, so one of the big teams gone already. Next up, we are getting the home leg first. Who are we going to be facing? It's Juventus. Of course it's Juventus. It was always going to be the biggest team left in the competition, wasn't it? So we're taking on the Italian giant that is Juventus. Spurs picked out Fiorentina in the other match, and Crystal Palace get PAOK, so there is going to be at least one weaker team in the semi-finals of this competition. I think really if we beat Juventus, we probably will go on and win this competition. That would be my guess, because I think they're a stronger team than both Spurs and Inter Milan, but it is going to be very, very tough and a big test of our ability to compete at the highest level, taking on a club as big as Juventus. It's been nearly 3 weeks since we last played in the Premier League. We're now at the end of March. Our last game was about the 9th of March, so maybe 2 weeks, not quite 3 weeks. But still quite a long time to go without league football at the crunch period, and we need to make sure that we are still on top of our game. There's been a mini international break, which was why the team is fully fit for this one. Eduardo and Morris, the two players on international duty in the first 11 that are a little bit tired, but they should still be fine for this game. Obviously, we can bring on Beccaria for Morris if he is struggling in midfield. Otherwise, the team is not too different from the one that beat Galatasaray so convincingly, because we are in quite good form at the moment now. 3 straight wins. Frias, Mbom and Bueno all continue up top. Pope is still there with Morris in midfield, and Marin, Soler, Pachazka and Lambeze all continue in the defence, but Carlos Eduardo has come in for Fernandes at right wing back, and Darboe is still in goal. Well, Man City do kick the game off. 100% possession just popping up there on the screen, but that's disappeared quite quickly. This is going to be a tough game. I think, prediction at this point, I think we probably are going to lose this game. I'm hoping that we will put in a good performance, and at the moment we are dominating possession, but City getting the first shot. I think that we probably are due a defeat. We've been doing really well recently, and we've got Raimundo terrorising our defence as well, our former player. What a player he was as well. Caballero bringing the ball down the right, puts it in, and Lopez. What was Amigo doing, the keeper there? Lopez has got 38 goals now this season. Absolutely sensational, given that he's competing with Raimundo for goals as well. That is a dangerous and potent strike force, which is why they are at the top of the table, and they've put us behind very, very early on. I think we're on such a long unbeaten run at the moment. It goes back maybe 10 games. So coming up against the league leaders, who are head and shoulders above the rest of this league, was always going to be a big ask away from home. And here's Marston to Clark, 2 England players combining there. Ruben Neves sends the ball out to Truzzi. Rubens Raimundo runs onto the ball. Players in the middle, puts it in, but easily claimed by Darboe. Maybe he can launch a counter-attack for us. We have had a couple of efforts, but giving the ball away to England captain Clark there is a bit silly. Caballero puts the ball in. Lopez is in again. Good covering tackle there by the defence. But once more Clark wins the ball, finds Raimundo, who strikes it first time, and Amigo may as well have not been in that goal for that effort. It's not been a good start from our team. Mistake after mistake, and we are being punished by 3 incredibly good players in Lopez, Raimundo and Andy Clark. Probably 3 of the best players in the world at this point in this game, having managed 2 of them before, and just looking at the goal scoring record of Lopez, it's very clear to see. Man City coming at us again. This could get embarrassing if we concede another one before half time. Eduardo has stolen the ball though, and Frias has got onto it, mistaken the defence, but he didn't push the ball forward enough there. He tried to take the shot from distance, and Decker has just tipped it over the top. We have got the corner though, but Decker comes out to claim that once more. We really should have done better when Frias got through there, but the half has finished at 2-0. Not quite embarrassing at the moment. Had we got the goal there, this game still would have been wide open, but at the moment it looks like we are heading for a really disappointing defeat. Just the manner of the defeat, it's defensive mistakes that have cost us more than anything. We really should have been playing better than this. Given that we've matched them for shots and shots on target, and we've had better possession, both teams have had one clear-cut chance, but they've scored twice and we haven't scored once. And that just comes down to the quality of striker that they've got, Lopez and Raimundo with the goals. We do not have top quality finishers in the team, and that has been the problem right the way through managing Brighton, not having that one person who can finish chance. We've got 3 players around 20 goals though, they're all on that 20 goal mark, but no one player making individual contributions. I know I get a bit of criticism for not making enough changes in the game, but that's generally because this tactic is the best we're ever going to get. We get sensational results with this tactic, and I don't think changing things are going to make too much of a difference, because we've been competing in this game the whole way through. I've tried to go a bit more attacking, but I think it's just going to leave us more open at the back. Pope has got the ball, puts it forward and finds them bomb. Now it's Bueno. Got players around him. And I am always wary to just go gung-ho, because goal difference could come into play in this Champions League race. Here's Mbom though, finds Frias. Ball out wide to Fernandes. Plenty of players in the middle if he can pick them out. He's gone for goal, and Decker's managed to catch that. Fernandes really should have cut it across the face of the goal for somebody else to try and put in. but it is going to be a 2-0 defeat, a really disappointing game. I said at the start I expected this to be a loss, so I'm not too disheartened. I still think we're in a very good place when it comes to challenging for Champions League football through the league. But we are going to have to keep an eye on that tie with Juventus, because it could get more and more important if we start to slip away in this race. I'm telling the team I'm not happy out there. We are still 4th, but Man United just 1 point behind us and a game in hand can definitely move above us. Chelsea a bit further back, can't quite catch us, neither can Spurs. But you can see this unbeaten run went all the way back to the 29th of January. It's something like 12 games we went unbeaten before that defeat to Man City. But we do have a nice run of games to come. We've got West Brom next in the league. I won't be showing you the highlights from that game. I'll just play through that in my own time. Then we'll have the game against Juventus. I'll play through the game against Villa again outside of the video, and then we'll have the other leg against Juventus as well. So 2 big games to live com in the next episode. We'll just get through the West Brom and Aston Villa matches because I don't think they're massively important. They could be massively important depending on how the goal difference and points go, because it is very tight between us and United. But the big game really in the league is this match against Man United after the 2 legs against Juventus. So that's the plan for the next episode. We'll get as far as the Juventus match. We'll live com the 2 Juventus games. But that is going to be it for this episode. Do drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. Make sure to enter the competition, like I said before, if you haven't already. Free copy of Football Manager 2018 in there for you if you enter. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until next time, see ya.